Hey everyone, welcome back to Coach Sportland Sports Talks, Coach Sportland TV, wherever you're watching this. Welcome back to me. um, Thought I'd just jump on and do a real quick solo cast, something I wanted to talk about and bring you this video because something really tragic has happened to multiple performance staff in the coming weeks. And this is a message, on my thoughts of what's going on at Worcester Rugby at the moment and what's, some advice for any staff member or people that have lost their job over it. But I'll start with a backstory, a part of my story. Many of you may not know. I resigned from my dream job. I ended up working for the team that I wanted to play for, and that dream nearly came alive in terms of playing for them wise when the day that the head of academy at the time was scouting me. He went to the wrong club and I broke my leg on a field in another part of the county that day, and lo and behold, a couple of years later I ended up working for them and spending a good time there. But then I ended up resigning, and from a statistic point of view, I think I was the 12th member of staff to resign from that organization inside a 2-year period, which tells you a lot about that current environment that I was in. And then I took some time off, and a few things happened in my life, and ended up working for another club, and with a big ambition to get into the Premiership and stuff like that. And then fast forward 2.5 years later, I ended up getting asked to leave. Just simply, we're activating your release clause. If you know me, the story behind the curtain is for another time. But yeah, I was asked to leave. And so from my experience, having these periods of loss of job, one out of my own choice, one not out. When I got asked to leave, I was crying. I was very, very upset. I put a lot into the identity of myself in that role. And then also I was working for another organization privately, and I actually turned up to a pre-season meeting, an off-season meeting as it were. And I said one thing that the person in charge didn't agree with and fired me on the spot, completely just turned it around. And so, yeah, if you've been in the industry long enough, and these things happen, and it's fine, and I have no animosity towards anyone really that involved in any of those things, because it's led to me where I am now, and I'm the most fulfilled and happy I've ever been. So it's wonderful. And this is why I wanted to bring this. Obviously everyone knows that Worcester Warriors they've removed all their staff. They've lost their jobs, and another Premiership club is in question as well in terms of their financial stability and security. And if you're a coach listening to this, and someone said this to me the other week, the moment that I decided to actually go out on my own was when I actually had the security that I needed. Now, professional sporting environments are very volatile, and they move fast, and they forget very fast as well. And when you are in that position and you sign that contract, you're subject to that you are entering a highly competitive, results-driven business that does not care about you, that will move fast to get to what it needs because the pressure is so great. Do I believe that that is right? No. But is that part of the reality of the situation? Yes, absolutely. Should you hold resentment or animosity because of that? No, because it was your choice to be there in the first place. And that's where, the acceptance of current situation and responsibility of taking that you need to take to be there. And, I'm talking about every coach that works in this industry, because there's lots of complaints, isn't there? There's lots of complaints that we don't get paid enough. We work too many hours. We're not valued. We're not validated enough in our performance, and all that. And head coaches don't know what they're doing, and all those sorts of things. But for a better term, tough shit, because you signed up to it. That's what you're doing. And in terms of a consciousness around the performance coaching facility, we're better at complaining than doing anything about it. And the number one thing that you can do about it is for yourself, is take control, take responsibility. And so kind of I understand how people in Worcester will be feeling. And there's a huge sense of loss. There's a grieving process and all that goes through it. When I got fired the last time, I got called in for a catch up and turned up and had got met them in an office, and there was my release paper. um Bizarre. So I can only imagine how they feel. And you see a lot of things on social media, and in the power of social media to create a lot of awareness for it. There's one thing that I struggle with, having been through all those experiences, is then publicly people asking to crowdfund for these people, people asking for handouts, people asking for all these things. And that's not me being insensitive, and please don't take it as that way. I don't mean it in that way. But what this does from Worcester is sheds light on the hundreds of coaches every year that lose their job, just like that. Hundreds of coaches that lose their job, because that's the reality of the situation. That's the reality. You see jobs come up, the turnover is 1 year, 2 year deals. The turnover is huge because that's the industry that we're in. Now, the situation that's happened at Worcester Rugby is shed real light on how volatile the industry is, and all those things that go on in the back rooms that no one really needs to know about. But when I see people saying, can you donate and raise money for all these people that have lost their jobs? Personally, the way that I view that situation is that no one, when I lost my job, no one crowdfunded for me. When I resigned, no one crowdfunded for me, because it's part of the risk that you take. And I can understand, and I'll say this again, please don't think that, oh, Sam's being a prick, he's on his high horse, he runs his own business now and all those sorts of things. But at one point I didn't. At one point I went to work, and then the following day I didn't have a job. I had no money, I had no income, I had nothing. I had to go and figure it out on my own. And this is the message for anyone who's in that position. You are so lucky to have ever lost a job. You are so empowered from losing a job. You are so fortunate, because what have just happened is you had to ask yourself the question, do I really want to do this anymore? And what way do I want to do this? The industry standards of people burning out and dropping out is huge. And it's seen as a way that, oh, we can't, they're just soft, and they haven't got what it takes to be an S&C coach at top level, or physio or whatever. No, it's not the case. It's the way the industry is structured, and it's the way that the working conditions are driven, which comes from win culture, win at all costs. And so now, if you're in that position where you've lost your job, you need to ask yourself a question: what do you want to do? This is you before the event of losing your job. You are fulfilling a norm. That's a behavior. You're working 6 days a week, you're missing all these things, but you're loving it because everyone loves to be around the boys. That's huge, be around the girls and be around the team. But you post, mirrorless camera, you have the opportunity to decide how you want to work, what you want to do, and how you want to move. I understand people have mortgages, people have children, people have bills. I was in exactly the same situation. I don't have children, but I had bills, I had responsibilities, I had things that I needed to pay, that if I didn't pay, people will come knocking for it. And so, yes, it's a daunting situation. Yes, it's a tragic situation. But you will always be stuck there if you don't take responsibility for where you are. You made your bed and now you have to lay in it. And unfortunately, it's hot. And I just want to finish this off with a very simple calling card. If you are anyone who has gone through that, or you are going through that right now, and this makes its way to you, I am here to listen. I am here to talk. I am here to be a voice of reason. I'm here to be the person. I've been through all of that, and I've come out the other side, maybe a few dings and knocks along the way, but I'm working towards something really powerful for us and for you and for everyone here. But I just want to know. I just want to talk. I want to listen. I want to hear. I want to breathe life into your situation and give you a friendly voice to speak to. Okay. Anyone this ever meets you, then I'm here. You know where to find me. Send me a message on any platform, not Twitter. No. Twitter's a no for me. But Facebook, Instagram, send me an email, sam@coachsportland.co.uk, and we can chat. So yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed that. If you do, please, if you know someone who's just lost their job or know anyone or have any comments, then I'm happy to engage in a really positive conversation around this. This is not me slagging off the industry. This is not me putting down Worcester. This is me not putting down the people in those situations. I have been a little bit frank in some of the things that I said, but I've said it for a very good reason, because now's the time to take action. Now's the time to actually question and make that move, just like I did, and say, do I really want to do this? Why am I doing this? Because you can do the same thing every day, or you can grow and learn to do it differently and learn to do it for yourself, more importantly. So big love to all of you that are listening. I thank you. I appreciate you. This means a lot to me that you engage in this sort of stuff. And yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll speak to you soon.